I'm JD.
And I'm Jimmy.
And this is What's Out Wednesday.
Welcome to another edition.
So it's going to be a great week.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah, dude. Look at that list.
I see a list and I see a stack. It must have been a great week.
Yes. This is what's coming out today that are picks of the week. And there's a lot.
A lot?
A lot. Marvel's back on doing their True Believers.
True Believers.
Yes.
So they've got some reissues they're putting out.
For $1.
Nice.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that for $1. Hot stuff this week to look out for. Definitely want to pick up. Don't want to miss. Ben Riley, number 4. Now, this has been a pick of the week for a month straight. If this issue gets a 4K or higher, or 4 chimichanga or higher, it officially makes it a top-rated title.
Well, you know, you're springing this on me because I haven't read it.
I know that.
Like, son of a bitch, I'm going to have to read this.
Cable number 2. I picked up issue 1 last month, and it was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. And,
Okay.
you know, outside of Ben Riley, Marvel's a pretty hard sell for me. So
Yeah, no. They've been rough on dropping the ball.
yeah, they have.
So,
And something else, you know, and this actually started with variant covers, but Edge of the Venomverse, number 1.
Wait. Edge of the Venomverse number 1. Are you talking about the variant with Mary Jane Watson?
No, that was actually a whole series of variants that they've been coming out with for a while.
Mary Jane.
And
they do some awesome variant covers.
Yeah.
They wrangle some great artists to come in there and do some pretty epic work.
But just like Spider-Gwen, or not Spider-Gwen, but Gwenpool, that started out as variants. Now she has her own title. Well, now Edge of Venomverse is getting its own title. So Edge of Venomverse is coming out today, number 1. Guaranteed I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to read that, because why the hell not? I Am Groot, number 2. Now, I missed the first one. I didn't even know it came out. But that's pretty cool. Spectacular Spider-Man, number 1. That is a True Believers.
And how many titles does that bring Spider-Man up to at this point?
I don't even know. It's a lot.
Spider-Man's like the new Wolverine.
Pretty much. He's in everything right now.
Without the claws, of course.
Yeah.
Or the cigar, or the bub.
He could use a bub, though.
He could use a bub. Maybe like Old Man Logan. That'd be great.
It would be.
Because they kind of like finished off the Deadpool Spider-Man arc. Now they should do a Spider-Man Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
And then throw Deadpool in there somewhere. Be crazy.
Just bump into him in the bar. Sorry, bub.
Right.
Secret Empire, number 5. Now, I haven't been reading this, but I know a lot of y'all like it.
All right.
So it's still a pick of the week.
I did get a little bit of input on that from some fellows at a comic book store that we can't mention, but they did tell me that after issue 3, everything gets a little bit better. 3 was kind of a hang-up.
Okay.
They agreed that 1 and 2, I think. 1 and 2
0 and 1, they were on a good track, and then number 2
dropped. Okay,
yeah.
2 was the one that kind of dropped the ball. 3, 4 was, from what I heard, mind-blowing. And I'm going to read it.
Okay.
Pretty awesome.
So maybe I'll be catching up on that. Spider-Man, number 1. That's also True Believers. Now, this is the Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But that's $1.
The carryover from Ultimate's universe.
Exactly.
So he wears the black Spider-Man costume with the red webbing.
Exactly.
It's pretty awesome. About the same amount of agility, but different abilities. I think he's got like a sting power or something like that. Yeah.
I don't know much about him.
Well, I think some of the young
grasp.
Look, I think some of the young Marvel characters that are coming out now are going to have a big future. And you think about it, the characters we were exposed to growing up, these are the characters that kids now are being exposed to growing up. So those are the Spider-Men, the Ms. Marvels, the characters that we're seeing now as the young up and coming will be the big heroes.
Yeah, like Miles Morales will be, for this generation, will be our Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Droids Unplugged, number 1. I thought that was cool.
Droids unplugged.
Just bring back droids, but they're unplugged now.
They're unplugged.
There's
a filter.
Just
there's no filter. What am I talking about? C-3PO is probably going to badmouth everything.
Oh, that's going to be great.
Yeah. Might want to check that out.
Yeah. Amazing Spider-Man #1. This is also a True Believers. This cover back when he started out in the Fantastic Fours universe. So
kind of the birthplace of the Johnny Storm, Peter Parker friendship.
Exactly. Which is funny, he's going to come up later.
Spider Friends. No, it wasn't even Johnny Storm, was it?
No,
that was Iceman. And Firestar, I think. Or not Firestar.
Defenders #2.
Defenders #2?
Yes. I have Defenders #1, I haven't read it.
And what characters are in that title?
I do know Luke Cage, Daredevil. I'm not sure if the Punisher's
So they're pretty much kind of rolling in with what's going on Netflix.
That's what I think. That's kind of how I see it going down. The Defenders #1 I got was a sketch cover, specifically to do a sketch and sell it. So,
pretty epic.
Yeah, and I haven't read it, and I probably really should before I do this sketch cover. But the idea is a missing poster, and it's Doctor Strange.
Are we going to go with like Benedict Cumberbatch like?
No, more like comic universe.
Comic universe. Okay.
Yeah. From DC, Action 982. Of course, this is a pick of the week. Why? Because this is the first comic book title to be this close to 1,000 issues.
Yeah.
So you definitely don't want to miss.
You're anticipating that 1,000th issue.
Oh yeah, definitely, and it better be that big. Some more of the wonderful cartoon DC crossovers. We've got 2 coming out this week. One of them, I think this is going to be hilarious. The other one, I can't even begin to describe how epic this is going to be. But the first one is Batman Elmer Fudd.
Holy moly.
That's going to be incredibly hilarious.
Do you know who's writing it?
No, I did not look that close.
Oh, man. That's going to be interesting.
But the other one?
Yeah.
Jonah Hex and Yosemite Sam.
Holy shit. I'm buying both of those. I have to. And you know why? Because I've got one coming at you. I'm going to review one. It's going to be great.
From Image, we have AD After Death, written by Scott Snyder, so why not? And, of course, Image has to do their reissue thing. Spawn #1, now this is a super ultra edition foil cover, full blown. But it's $1. Now I've got 3 copies of Spawn #1. I really don't need another one.
No, you totally need another one. Everybody's got to have them. I mean, come on. You're only going to get your money out of it if you have enough of them.
It's $1.
You might as well be playing skeet ball at Chuck E. Cheese and getting vouchers to go get yourself a prize at that point. So,
hey, my wife and I have saved up a lot of tickets, and we have a Nintendo Monopoly set.
You know, you're going to have to go to several comic book stores to get rid of them. Because you're going to run into a lot of situations like, hey, we've got too many of these.
I'm not getting rid of the Nintendo Monopoly.
No. Spawn #1. I'm not talking about. No, you're not going to. Don't do that. That would be stupid.
But of course, like, subscribe, comment on the channel. Let us know what you think. Let us know how you're feeling and what you're reading.
Yeah.
And of course, as always, we're brought to you by Captain Jack's Elixirs, 322 East Texas Avenue, 281-837-3543.
Go get you some vape.
Mm-hmm.
This right here is a nice vintage Eddie Van Hazen from Captain Jack's Elixirs.
It was freshly bottled a week ago?
Yes, roughly a week and a half. It's a really, really awesome juice, top seller at their shop.
It's a good year.
Yes. If you like vanilla and hazelnut, it's great flavor. A lot of people love the fragrance of it. People love to vape it. I mean, I can't have. Yep, there you go. I can't not have this.
Yeah.
So this is one of my regulars. Also, Shortcake Redemption. Guys, go down there, check out some of their flavors, buy you some vape.
And the Nerdery vape line.
Yes, the Nerdery vape line. How
Pro Nerd.
Pro Nerd. You got is Just Saying still out there?
Just Saying is still out there. So is
Pro Nerds.
Pro Nerds. Stay Puffin', Just Saying.
And Red Pool.
Red Pool, yes.
Red Pool's still one of the top sellers, and Pro Nerds is right behind it.
Nice.
Red Pool's kind of like a red candy.
Well, it tastes different than everybody else,
Yeah.
which is what I love about it.
It
Gummy
does.
bears or strawberry,
Licorice.
not licorice.
I've gotten strawberry licorice.
Strawberry yogurt.
A strawberry
Yogurt,
something.
it was yogurt or gummies.
Yeah, it's a strawberry something. It all depends on how
It's
your
strawberries
taste
and
buds.
cream.
It tastes red.
Yeah, it tastes red. It's Red Pool.
We're also brought to you by All Star Comics and Games, 2348 North Alexander Drive, Baytown, Texas, 77520. Phone number 281-839-7127. And they have some awesome pops in there, autographed. I'm not going to tell you any of the prices because you need to go get them because they're really cheap.
Yeah.
And there's one in there that I want, and you better not buy it before me. It's signed by Jeremy Bullock.
Whoa! You're giving away
You
too
just
much.
gave away too much, bro.
Only a hardcore.
If you do buy it for him and send it to him.
Oh, that would be sweet.
He'd be really nice, but
I'll put it on
We
the
talk
shelf.
about you on the internet.
I will
You'd be
talk
the
about
coolest kid in town if you did that. Trying to help you out, babe.
it. All right, on to reviews. Can I scare you?
He was waiting for that green light, folks.
Eclipse number 8. Definitely a top-rated title. I've met Zach Kaplan, the writer. Giovanni Timpano, his art, it seems tailor-fit for this title. And if you actually go back and watch the interview with Zach Kaplan, he says, I asked him where his inspiration came from for this story. And it's a great explanation, and I've experienced it, and it is an incredibly surreal moment. So, I'm not going to spoil anything, because there's still time. And the actual collected volume will be coming out in about, I think, 3 weeks. So, pick that up.
That looks like an epic cover. I mean, that's...
It is. It's incredible. Quick rundown of the story. Something has gone wrong with the sun, and sunlight will incinerate you like that. So you have to stay in the shade, stay in the dark. Absolutely fantastic book. Once again, 5 capes. Top-rated title. Don't miss it.
You see the sun coming up. That's... Yeesh.
Yeah. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man #1. Not a big Marvel reader, not a big Spider-Man reader. I'm a big fan of the character, but I've never really read it.
I'm betting... Let me just add my input on this one. I'm betting you're a big fan of that cover.
I am. I am.
I love the parody. It's great. This is going to be another one of his parody cover collections.
Yes. But this is actually a really hilarious book. I actually really enjoyed it.
Did it bring more humor back?
Yes,
Peter Parker?
incredibly. I don't think there's a single page without a large amount of humor in it.
I think Deadpool rubbed off on him. That's what it was.
Here's hoping. He's been a little bit too serious lately.
Well, I think that was it. You know, Deadpool was good for him. It was like therapy, hanging out with Deadpool. It's like, you know, don't take life so seriously. You could have a scarred tuchus like me, and you know, have a kid that I have to deal with taking to Hydra school. I mean, that's... Sorry.
Who else could get therapy from Deadpool?
Peter Parker.
That's it.
That's it.
But this is actually a hilarious book. I probably will pick up a few more issues just to keep reading the jokes and his little quips. Absolutely a blast. 5 capes on that one. The art's great, writing flows really well, and there's a laugh on every page.
Maybe Marvel's doing something right.
They are doing something right.
You just gotta pick and choose, folks. Pick and choose.
Next up, Superman #25. This is an extra size anniversary issue. It's also extra price for $1, but it's worth it. It is worth it. There's a lot of stuff going on that has been going on in the Superman title, and it all gets resolved right here. And something kind of monumental in John's life. I'm not going to say exactly what. You'd have to read it to find out.
And John is Superman's son.
That's right.
And you have, what is his name?
Manchester
Black.
And
He is
Superboy Black.
I didn't think he'd get there with him, but apparently he did.
Yeah. Incredible issue. There's a lot of stuff, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on, and something pretty big in John's life going on. So, yeah, definitely 5 capes on this one, and it's absolutely adorable. So, don't miss that either. Green Lanterns 25, extra size anniversary issue, and once again, extra priced. Worth it.
Worth it?
Worth it.
Worth every bit.
You see right there at the top, Return of the First Lantern.
And that guy with the white armor and...
That is
crazy-
Volthoom.
The First Lantern.
And he pretty much brought the source for all the rings into this universe. He's from another universe. But almost every single ring, its power, it was engineered from what he brought with him. So he's kind of the trump card of the emotional spectrum. And
The one thing you can't deny is that every Green Lantern book is going to have conflict. So if you like some sort of fighting in space with crazy manifestations coming from rings, this is the book to read. Or anything with Green Lantern in the title, pretty much.
Yeah.
If you want action, there it is.
But this is absolutely amazing. I'm not giving away anything of the plot other than Volthoom is in it, and he's pissed.
He looks pissed. He looks like insanely pissed. Like
But
he looks
happy
like he's
all at the same
smiling.
time.
Yeah, madness
Yes.
on the face. Just
Crank this one to 11.
like if he had tear ducts, he'd be crying, probably blood. But then it would, he would go all Red Lantern and shit. I don't know.
Yeah. I thought that was
He
only
could,
one.
right?
We don't
Bodily
know.
fluids. I mean, if the Red Lantern energy is pushing your blood out of your system, it's going to push it out every freaking pore it can.
True.
So,
But
Eyes.
his access to the emotional spectrum, we're not 100% on yet. There is a ring out there that would definitely allow him to do so. But as far as we know, he doesn't have it yet. Yet. But crank this guy up to 11. Absolutely awesome. Now, the next 4, I'm actually going to group into one review. This is the Button series from DC.
you hold up 2, I'll hold up 2.
There we go. Now, there's a lot going on with this book. You're going to hear a lot about it, and for damn good reason.
We both read it.
Yes. That one will make you cry.
Yeah.
I'm going to warn you ahead of time. It's kind of happy and sad all at the same time.
Yeah. Look, you get to see a return of Thomas Wayne Batman, and Bruce gets to see him.
Yeah.
So it's really good. It really hits home. And, if you love Bruce Wayne or Batman in the comic books and his history, the way he became Batman, this really strikes the heart, man. It pulls the cords.
Yeah. Crank this one to 11 and break off the knob. It's absolutely incredible. Once again, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Go seek it out. I really hope they put this out in a collection.
This is the beginning of the introduction of the Watchmen into the DC universe.
Hence
As
the
you
button.
can see, it's the comedian's button. This has been something that's presented for the past couple of months, years.
It's been about a year.
About a year. So they're following up, and we are going to get a lead into.
Yes. Absolutely incredible. Beyond 11. What you got, Jimmy?
I don't have much, but I'm going to say this. We did this. We are covering some of these books here, the Hanna-Barbera and DC Universe crossovers. The Lobo Roadrunner crossover. And this is a variant cover. This is the Looney Tunes cover. They also have a DCU cover, which is more more adult.
Yeah.
And it's really awesome. You get the DC Universe story first in these books. This one, you actually get to see, it was Grant Morrison, I think, that did. He does the artwork, right? Or the writing.
I think he does the writing.
Writing. Which I'm horrible. Morrison, Jones, and Madsen.
Yeah, he does the writing.
Okay. The artwork is amazing. It's very like Animal Man, first 4 issues of Animal Man.
Oh, wow.
And you're dealing with representations of Wile E. Coyote, the Roadrunner, and even Ralph, and you get to see a representation of Sylvester in
awesome.
like this tank at the Acme laboratory. And it's done up like Animal Man. Like if you've ever read the Morrison issues of, I think it was Morrison, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Grant Morrison issues of Animal Man, first 4. Very much like that. And I loved it because I'm going to be honest. And then you have the Looney Tunes version, which is very much like this cover. You know, it's Lobo running around like Wile E. Coyote. But what I loved about this book the most was that I actually read it aloud when I went through it, and I was finding myself trying to imitate Wile E. Coyote and Lobo and, you know, Sam. You know, they were sheep herding. The Sam, the sheep herder dog, and then Ralph that would go and try the coyote that was trying to steal the sheep. And it was Ralph and Sam. You know, morning Ralph, morning Sam. They alluded to that. Anyway, I'm reading this thing aloud, and I absolutely love it. And I'm going to give it 5 chimichangas. And hell, I'll crank it up to 11 too. Why not? The Forge, I still have not read it, but I do love the Romita Jr. cover. If you do want to spoil it, because I don't think you did last week, go on ahead.
I'm not going to spoil it quite yet.
Ah, damn it.
Quite yet.
I got to read it.
I want to wait till at least issue 2, maybe even 3, before I spoil it for anybody. I want to give everybody equal chance to be able to go pick it up.
Okay.
Because I know our watchers in Tennessee, there's not really comic book stores nearby. It's a drive.
That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I found that out the hard way.
Well, if they got the technology to watch us, man, they got the ability to go and download you some comics.
Yeah.
Find them online. The best way to do it if you can't get them in paper format.
That's right.
Don't stop reading.
All right. Of course, fans, watchers, listeners, readers all know I'm a huge fan of DC. And, you know, I've played Legendary, but I wanted my DC heroes. I wanted a game I could play with Superman, Batman, Joker, and everything else. So, of course, Cryptozoic had my hookup. I've been playing DC deck building game for a while now, and this is their newest expansion. It's actually called a crossover pack. This is their 5th one. And this is the first one I've picked up, but this is the Rogues. Now, specifically, it is Rogues of the Flash. And basically, you're playing as villains, and you're fighting heroes, much like in Forever Evil. However, in most of the versions of the DC deck building game, your hero is more powerful than the villain.
Yeah.
Apparently, in the crossovers, such is not the case. You are far weaker than the villain you're trying to defeat. The only way you can actually beat them is to have a team working together. Without teamwork, you don't stand a chance.
So you're saying that the Rogues have to team up to fight, which isn't the villain, the hero.
Exactly.
Okay. See, that makes sense. I mean, the Rogues have, especially it being the Rogues Gallery, what you got most of them being from the Flash, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Actually, I already opened it. So you have Captain Cold, Golden Glider, Heat Wave, Mirror Master, Trickster, and the Weather Wizard.
Yeah, you got to use that. That sounds amazing.
Yes.
And if the gameplay is anything like the personalities of the characters, I absolutely want to try it.
And all the crossover packs come with their own individual rules card because you're looking at a different rule set on the crossovers. Slightly. Looking at a modified rule set. Better yet. But I haven't played it yet, but it does look like it's going to be an absolute blast. And of course, once we do play it, we'll do a warm-up game first. Not the first game.
Yeah.
But let us play a couple games, and we'll video one for you and post it online so you can see how it's done.
Yeah, if you've ever played Legendary, this is a very... It gives you the same satisfaction of playing a deck-building game based on heroes, but a lot more streamlined.
Yes.
Everything is very fast, and it can still draw out, but it doesn't get boring.
Now, you and I did play Crisis.
Yeah, that drew out.
Yes.
Quite a bit. I think it was like, what, 4 hours?
4 hours.
Yeah.
And we only had, 3 Crisis in there?
But it was pretty intense, man.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, God.
Well, we could both die at any second.
Yeah. It wasn't like Legendary. We're sitting there, oh, God, what am I doing now? I got to pay this much to play this much. Holy crap. And then who am I fighting?
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, hey, this mother is going to kill you. Let's get this done.
Yeah, it's very much streamlined.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
So I'm not going to give a full review on that quite yet. I want to play it a couple times first.
Fair enough.
What do you got?
Well, I don't know. I already did a pre-review of this, but this is Mega Man. We've got 66 millimeter. Is that what
Yeah.
that means? Yeah, 66 millimeter. But look, there's not a lot of English on this box. This came from Japan. It's one of those, I would say mystery figures, but it's actually nice. They print what figure is in the box on top of the box, so you know what you're buying. There's no mystery to it, and if you prefer, there are several different Mega Men to purchase. And I found it at a local retailer for what, $8.99. So anywhere from $6 to $10. Might be a little bit, but the detail's nice, and figure's got some great articulation.
Yeah, it does.
Alternate hands too, really awesome. Also bringing about the big purchase that I made. This will set you back a little bit. It's 150 bones. 149.99 is what I found it for. So roughly fair retail, you're looking at anywhere from 150 bucks to 170. Expect markups. These things do go up. This is a Play Arts variant Deadpool, and I didn't even know this was coming out now, but I had a friend of mine give me a heads up, and boom, there it is. I don't even know if I want to take it out of the box. It's one of those like slap your hand moments.
It's really cool looking. Really cool looking.
Just gotta, yeah. So I wish I could tell you I knew how awesome this thing. Oh, I'm breathing. Oh. But yeah, if you're a fan of Deadpool, this is great. It comes with premium packaging. It is sealed at both ends, unfortunately, so you can't open it up, put it back together without actually.
It's not like a Funko.
Yeah, but it comes with some awesome premium packaging where Deadpool actually says stuff. So, and he's carrying a box of this action figure saying how awesome it is. Dude, this is awesome. I'm seriously on fleek. This is from Japan, so
Basically, it means on point.
Oh,
okay. Didn't know that.
somebody's up on the new lingo.
We're getting educated. Keep you waiting. Let's dance. So, very much Japanese. It's pretty awesome. I like that. I like the flavor to it. Nice. Might have to take it out and lick it. No, not really. Just mess with it. The figure.
Wow.
Terrible.
But thank you for joining us. Of course, hit that like, subscribe, and